So hey everybody, welcome back. So as you can see by the title, today we are going to talk about nurse burnout. So I promote the profession of nursing all the time. It's an incredible profession. It can be highly rewarding, but at the same time, it can be very, 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 very stressful. I know you hear me say that I love my job all the time, but I also have these moments where I feel like I'm losing my passion. And this is, of course, because of nurse burnout. So what is nurse burnout? In a nutshell, it's the physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion of a nurse. You know what? And we all go through it, and it's okay. Majority of the time, it's due to just the rigor and intensity of your job. Normally, it's from some of the most general stuff that nurses go through, like long shifts, mandatory overtime. Sometimes you have to do mandatory call. Sometimes you're still stuck at work for a long time charting and you don't want to be there. You would rather go home. But hey, if it's not documented, it didn't happen. So do what you gotta do. Sometimes the staffing is short and you might have to come in just for extra time just to help. I mean, yeah, it does benefit you because you get to add more money to that paycheck, but sometimes you just don't want to go, but you want to help out your coworker, so you go in. Sometimes you just work in a high stress environment. I mean, you have high acuity of the patients, the workload is heavy, you might work in a fast-paced environment, and sometimes you're just short staff. Short staff equals more work for you to do. I mean, it's no way out of that. I mean, of course, the managers can hire nurses, but that's a process, and you have to do what you have to do in that time until you can get new nurses. Some of it is self-neglect. Even though, we're not always to blame, but everybody knows about the nursing bladder. You don't get to go to the restroom as much as you want. Sometimes you miss lunches, which means I don't understand why I'm still overweight if I don't get to eat. Behooves me. Anywho, but no, seriously, you tend to take care of others and neglect yourself. It's just in nursing nature. But sometimes you just get plain tired of it, and that's just to be the honest truth. I base my channel on just being truthful. I try to be fun too, but I try to give out truthful information, and this stuff happens, and it affects you. Sometimes it can leave you feeling like detached from your job, less motivated, and or out just tired, just over it. Like, seriously, sometimes you might question, why did I go into nursing? It's bad, because sometimes I wish I maybe should have went into IT, just me and the computer. No, I'm just joking. No, seriously though, this is a hard job. I mean, I love my job, but it wears you down sometimes. And when you have those feelings, it not only affects you, it trickles down to your patients. And what does that do? Lowers patient satisfaction. And I know if you all are nurses, you know what I'm about to say. Those HCAP scores are gonna go down. Down, and it feels like they never bring them up. And then what do your managers or faculty, or you try to improve upon patient satisfaction, which means more tasks for you to do, which kind of equals more frustration for you too. So how do you prevent nurse burnout? Because nobody wants more tasks on top of more tasks on top of more. No. So what are you going to do about it? Number one, by identifying and managing your stress. So you have to pay attention to how you're feeling. Be mindful of these constant negative thoughts. Identify your triggers and your typical reactions to these stressors, and then find a healthier way of dealing with it. Not as easy as it sounds, but that brings me to number two. Manage your stress and emotions by finding an outlet. So what's my advice to that? Leave work at work. Sometimes it's hard, but you can't bring that stuff home. So what do? Debrief in the car, on your way home. Talk it out, yell, scream, do what you have to do, but get it off your chest. Sometimes you can just write it out in a journal and then trash what you wrote and move on. That's called brain dumping. Dump everything that you have on your mind and then throw it in the trash. Like, literally. Find new ways to relax and calm yourself, like meditation, prayer, exercise. Yoga is really, really good. All of these things help to calm your inner self. Your job should have like an employee assistance program where you can talk to a counselor. You can always ask for help. Sometimes the frustration comes from a lack of time management, a lack of delegation. If you really need help while you're at work, ask for help. Sometimes, you know, the whole staff is busy, but you won't know unless you ask, right? Practice positive self-talk and affirmations, and sometimes just kick back and hang out. Let loose. Do something that you like to do, like a hobby. Even if you just like to sleep or sit back on the couch and veg out and watch movies or YouTube or whatever it is you like to do, find an outlet. And you know what? If all of that doesn't help, leaves me to my number 3. No relief, leave. Like, you seriously have to consider finding another job. If this place is just that stressful and it's affecting you that much, find a new place of employment. You have to protect your passion. If nursing is your passion, this may not be your niche. Sometimes you go into an area of nursing because it's exciting, or you like the adrenaline pumping, but sometimes it might not be good for you. You might want to do something step down, not necessarily laid back, because I don't think any part of nursing is laid back. Try another area of nursing. Like I said, you have to protect your passion. Everybody goes through it. It's not just you. So those are my tips for identifying and managing nurse burnout. I hope they were helpful. If they were, make sure you subscribe. You'll know when I upload new content. I know that you can see that I have rebranded. I'm now Mommy Nurse Wife Life. I'm going to do a video just explaining why I tried to do that, so stay tuned for that. Also, stay tuned for the launch of my website. Updates coming soon for that. It's going to be a lot of fun stuff on there. I'm going to be transitioning my Etsy store over into my website, so there's fun stuff for you guys to grab there. I'm going to have like exclusive videos just for my website and just a whole bunch of fun. I'm really excited about this. But if you do want to follow me on my social medias, Instagram is Mommy Nurse Wife Life. You can find me on Snapchat. We couldn't change the name, so it's still Mommy Nurse Makeup. You can follow me on Twitter. Even though I don't tweet so much, I think I'm going to try and start. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.